morning, boys and girls. It's good to be with you again, and look at the beautiful day. Mrs. Deitz thought she'd sit outside in her backyard to do the story today. And we're going to talk today about friends. And you know how important a friend is. It's no fun to play on the playground all by yourself. It's so much more fun to have a friend to do something with, a good friend that you can talk to and that you can play with. Well, the friend today is going to be a rabbit. So this is going to be a make-believe story because it's about some rabbits that talk and become friends. The name of the story is Will You Be My Friend? And we have two rabbits. Let's see what happens with these two rabbits. Now remember, because of Mrs. Deitz's eyes, she's going to read you the story and then she will turn it around so you can see the pictures. Little Nut Brown Hare. Now, hare is a name that we can use for rabbit. It's another name for a rabbit, and in this book they use the word hare. Little Nut Brown Hare wanted to play, but there was much to be done, and Big Nut Brown Hare was very busy. Who do you think Big Nut Brown Hare was? Do you think that that may be his father? See, the father's working, and here's Little Nut Brown Hare, and he wants to play, but his father is so busy. Let's see what he's going to do. Can I go and play by myself? Asked Little Nut Brown Hare. Well, yes, said Big Nut Brown Hare, but don't you go too far. Do your parents ever tell you that? You can go and play, but you stay right there and don't you go very far. I won't, said Little Nut Brown Hare, and off he hopped to explore on his own. They live outside. Here's Big Nut Brown Hare watching, and Little Nut Brown Hare is going to run down the path and go and play, try to find some adventure and play by himself. Soon he discovered a puddle. There was another hare in the puddle, staring up at him. That's all it did. It just stared. You're only another me, said Little Nut Brown Hare. He poked the puddle with his ears and skipped on down the path. What was that in the puddle? Was that another rabbit, or was that his reflection? Just like when you look in a mirror, you see your reflection. So Nut Brown Hare, Little Nut Brown Hare, saw his reflection in the water. And what do you think happened when he poked it with his ears? Do you think the water moved and splashed? And then he knew it wasn't another rabbit, another hare, so he went on down the road to find another adventure. Then Little Nut Brown Hare spotted his shadow. There it was, on the ground, quite still. I'll race you, said Little Nut Brown Hare. Up and away he went. But of course, his shadow went too, and just as quickly. You're only another me, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. Have you ever played with your shadow? When my boys were little, they used to try to step on my shadow, and we would walk with our shadows. You can try to outrun your shadow. When you're outside today, see if you can find your shadow and play with it. Still exploring, Little Nut Brown Hare soon came to Cloudy Mountain. What a surprise he found there in the heather. Now heather are flowers, and they grow on the sides of mountains. They're low, they don't grow real high, but they're flowers that grow all over the side of the mountain, and he saw a surprise in the heather. Someone was looking straight at him. Now there's no puddle, there's no shadow. I wonder what's looking at him. Someone real. Look here and look over here. That isn't his shadow, and that isn't his reflection. And see the pretty heather that's on the side of the mountain? Let's see what he does. "Hello," said Little Nut Brown Hare. "My name is Tips," said the Cloudy Mountain Hare. "Will you be my friend? Do you want to play?" "Yes," thought Little Nut Brown Hare, "I do want to play." So look, they introduced themselves, and the Cloudy Mountain Hare asked him to play. So look what they're doing. They're running and they're playing with each other. Do you think they're having a good time now that they have a friend to play with? They chased each other through the heather. They dug a deep hole and built a pile high. They had tremendous fun together. Look at all the fun they're having together. Here they are running and they're playing and building a pile. They dug a hole, and here they're playing with the flowers. So are they having a good time together as friends? Then they raced up Cloudy Mountain for a game of hide and seek. Tips lay down low in the heather and waited. Here is Tips hiding on Cloudy Mountain. She got down so low that Little Nut Brown Hare can't see her. And he's looking and he's looking and he can't find her. Little Nut Brown Hare hid among the rocks, and he waited. He was sure that his friend would come looking for him. He waited for ages until it was time to go home, but Tips didn't come. Where, he wondered, was his friend Tips? Would he see her again? He didn't know. Do you think he's sad? He hid, but Tips didn't come to find him, and he didn't find Tips. So he looks like he's maybe a little sad. He doesn't know what happened to his friend. Big Nut Brown Hare was pleased to see Little Nut Brown Hare come home. "And how did your exploring go?" he asked. "Good. It was good exploring," said Little Nut Brown Hare. And then close by, they heard a noise. Was someone coming? Let's see. Look here, hiding behind the tree. Do you think that Cloudy Mountain Hare's a little bit shy and bashful? And here are the other Nut Brown Hares. Here's Little Nut Brown Hare and Big Nut Brown Hare, and they hear something. "It's a little snow hare," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "Now where on earth did she come from?" Little Nut Brown Hare smiled. He knew. Look here. Did Tips follow Little Nut Brown Hare? Let's see what's going to happen. She's from Cloudy Mountain. Her name is Tips, and she's my friend. So he introduced Tips to his father, and now he has a friend to play with while his father is working. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the book about friends, and I hope today that you'll try to make a new friend, and don't forget to chase your shadow. Mrs. Deitz will see you again next week. Goodbye.